adjusting the sensitivity settings that I've got, make it so where I can be a lot more cinematic with my movements, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I have mine set to where I can zoom in real quick. Not
that
real
way
quick,
it's not
but
like super jarring too if I'm going up and down.
super jerky.
I might go even lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. Go 15 and 10. Try that. Right. RN got here late, so they are going to be contract in this not
round.
the actual game yet. This is just a burn round, so I want to make that real clear. They haven't started yet for real. But versus being a real big gatekeeper right now, and they're saying, hey,
you ain't getting out of here.
Even if you want to teabag in front of us and be fun, we're not gonna let you.
We're not having any of that.
No fun allowed. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite vehicle on this map, Joe? I vote this blue truck, just to the right of it.
I am gonna have to say favorite vehicle.
I'm looking inside.
I am gonna have to say this tugboat over here. Yep.
Oh, where's this? Where's over here?
At the very back of on the opposite side of the island.
Are you talking about in the water?
Yes.
Away from B?
Yeah. That one.
Far away from the action out there?
Yep, way out there. It's got wood paneling and white on the rest of it.
They look like they're sinking, though.
Yeah, I told you. It's low tide.
Yeah. I still vote the blue truck. I like the interior.
Hey, Kevster. Thank you for the sub, buddy. Appreciate it.
Want to clarify again, too, this is the burn round, so that is not the actual first round.
Right.
What rules they going with, Joe? Is it the same ones as the other night?
It's the Dream League. Same ones we played last night.
That'll be ESB rules with class limitations. 4 assault, 4 medic, 2 support, 2 recon per team.
Correct.
Per team.
And Kevster, last night we swept them 3-0.
Oh, I wouldn't say swept. They put up a good fight.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean it in that context. I meant it in the, we won each game.
Yeah. Love you, Don. This comes back to you. Love you. Heart symbol.
Heart.
Sunset heart hand. No. Sunset heart hands.
Oh, Sunset Heart Hands. Yes, Sunset Heart Hands, indeed. All right. Oh, gotta take the weather off.
Ding. Green effects, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, what a one.
Weather one. Yep.
Boom. And now we can see.
Yay. Vision. All right. So we do have first and RN. RN is still waiting on one person, so they got 35 seconds to get in here. Otherwise, they're going to be down a person, and I don't know if they're going to wait. We shall see.
I think they'll make it. They might be asking for maybe
A minute, yeah.
delay.
Just like, hey, can we get an extra little time?
Time.
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean? So, well, Joe, so that means no tanks in this league, right? Because the other day when we played, there was no tanks.
No, there's tanks.
There are tanks.
Yes.
Well,
So.
well, okay. All right. We just didn't do tank maps. I guess.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna pull out here.
And it
looks like they're going.
Yeah, looks like they are going. And yep, there is a tanker for RN, and Ganja is back in the tank for first.
So let's see how this goes. A Mark 8 and a Panzer 4. Most often common choices.
This is gonna be a battle of the tanks. Let's see. Herrera is on the rock right there, waiting for the full squad of Ganja. He does not have a repper. His repper, Deathcore, is back at C getting the cap, and Herrera is gonna see him first and waiting to unleash the salvo as I'm not sure if he's baiting him.
So he's calling for his rep.
He's baiting him, looking like he is waiting for Ganja to push, which he is.
Meantime, R.N have locked down Bravo, completely wiping first point. See how this tank battle goes.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And Ganja is on the backside of Herrera and is barrel stuffing him from behind. Herrera going up on top, not able to get any shots because of the angle. And Herrera is in trouble as he is down that quickly because he did not have a repper, and Ganja took the objective and pushed him.
Took a while to deploy those anti-mine charges, which he should have done a lot sooner.
That's what those were? Okay.
Yeah.
But RN, even though the tank battle was won by First, is in control of Charlie and Bravo. First is trying to send a full squad up to Bravo right now. But Dark Cuervo is the last one up on B and is retreating to most likely get some spawns off.
Doing a good job of holding them back, and First really lacking in their push right here. They could have easily wiped them off the point, but chose to stay back, not knowing how many they have here.
Exactly, and now they're pushing in, and Cuervo is using the tank barricade as cover, but gets quickly taken out by Braha using the bar.
Luckily for RN, though, Fox Barva got a spawn out in the wheat field and will be coming in with on soon.
Ganja is hesitant to push into Charlie as a single assault is there, but he does have a repper, two reppers actually. This is a strategy that they utilized yesterday against TFR with two reppers, and against TFR it was unfortunately unsuccessful. Now he has three people with him as reppers.
Yep, and in the meantime, First have been locking down Bravo pretty well with their defenses.
They do. Full squad up at Bravo. Got two on the lower side and two on the upper side. And now a full squad of RN is going to be pushing up Tractor.
Hey, look, I found Kappa's brother over here.
Oh, yeah, look. IQ Kappa, IQ. First doing a good job of holding off this RN push up to Bravo, but our Herrera has come back in with the tank.
And here it comes, barreling through it as RN pushed all of First off the point.
Well, First just got blindsided by Herrera with the tank, and now Ganja, seeing that Bravo is going down, it pushes in, and he is going to be flanked from behind by Herrera. I do think he knows that he's coming, though. He definitely got somebody to tell him where he was coming from. However, Avenegas is a assault guy on the backside of Ganja. Ganja is now sandwiched between two people that can do damage to him. Does have a single repper with him. And Avenegas is trying to push in and use his panzers to get some kills on. And he goes in for the dynamite, but gets taken out.
Mine charge is being thrown, and it takes out the Panzer IV.
And Herrera is successful in taking back Charlie. Machete on the backside, running after somebody in the field, decides not to go after him. Don't know if he actually saw him or not, but it is advantage First on Charlie, even though the tank is right there. Ganja trying to go in and blow up Herrera from behind, but he's gonna be slippery and get away. Ganja now pushing underneath, but he's gonna get flanked from behind and taken out by Avenegas. It was a good attempt at
Looks like
Herrera.
that will wipe First off of Charlie as they push in to Bravo now.
Good attempt at taking down Herrera by First. They just, unfortunately, were not able to get in there and get him down. And now he is going to have the advantage, getting to the resupply point, going to get full armor and full tank shells back now.
Are doing a good job of holding the high ground on Bravo, keeping First off as they push with their tank at the tank resupply towards A.
Ganja down in the ditch with Deadone and somebody else in the and Vaiti in the smoke. All three are assaults, but Herrera does have a repper. First does like to use this crawling tactic. Oh, sorry, there was one support there. To get around the tank, somebody needs to pop up and get Deathcore because they're getting real close to Herrera. And smoke is popped, and in goes Ganja. Ganja gets taken out by Herrera.
And from the looks of it, seems like Herrera was able to conduct himself pretty well on that surprise attack.
He indeed was, and now RN has pushed into the Alpha objective with nobody around it. The only people that they have on the map are kind of stuck inside of the town right now and are slowly getting picked off. But First is trying to make a push back into Alpha. Only having 2 medics going up against the tank is not looking good, but Ganja does spawn back in the tank. However, he's already getting shot at from spawn by Herrera.
Mob's last tribe and Braha, the last 2 for First in the town, get taken out by their own dynamite.
Now, First needs to push the objective somewhere and get one of these points back, because every second that triple cap is in effect is bleeding precious tickets that they do not have to. They do not have the ticket count. Yeah. So
Epic tank battle going on between Ganja and Herrera though right now, just on the outskirts of A.
Herrera's repper gets killed though.
Yep.
He is on fire. One or two more shots, and he will go down. But he is by the resupply.
He might get this rep off.
He
though,
does.
As Ganja fails to blow it up himself, though it could be due to his smoke cover by his own medics. I feel like he wasn't able to see him.
That is true. Now they are pushing around, and now Ganja back on the backside of Herrera again, but being pushed by Avenegas with dynamite and gets taken out by Herrera. Deadone as the medic going headlong in, gonna get run over by Herrera, trying to get something done as a medic, taking out the repper, but that's not gonna help if nobody's around to kill Herrera.
Moving back into A now, RN seem to be really pushing their initiative, covering it completely with their infantry as the tank covers the right flank. I don't know.
This is a tough situation for First to try to get out of. If I was them, I would have not committed to try to get back into A. Having that tank out there with the repper is too tough. I would have pushed around to B and then sent immediately some people to get to Charlie, because with this triple cap, they are all pushed up like they are. And they're going to be doing that, but with this triple cap, it looks like it's not going to be enough for First to be able to get around. And now they are being pursued by the squad of RN back up at Bravo.
Well, so here's what I would have done if they were going to try to commit to that. I would have sent one guy to try to be, like, perhaps a medic, smoke himself, really be in cover, make it look like they're making a push for Bravo, lower out an entire squad that they obviously committed, and send every other 7 people all over to A real quick. Regardless of how that went, though, it's turned out well they do have A. Would have been a much stronger push on the outside, especially to also get that tank, if they kept some back.
Yeah, these tank maps are usually won by whoever is able to keep their tank alive.
And keep the other one from locking down flanks.
It's been quite a long time since we've seen the first tank come in. Oh, there it is, as I speak.
And, just as I say it,
and this is going to be the end for First right now. Just holding that triple cap was RN for quite a long time, and that just bleeds ticket like crazy.
And that will do it for our first round. Going to RN on Aras. Now, if I'm remembering this correctly, they do switch sides both maps.
Correct.
Right, so There you go. It'll give first to have a chance to get the Valentine Mark 8, which I feel is the superior tank only due to the patch that took away a good 6 of the armor-piercing shells from the Panzer IV.
Oh, really? See, I don't do tanks.
Yeah. So there's only 4 armor-piercing shells that you get as the Panzer IV, and you get 10 still as the Mark 8. Though it didn't seem to make a difference on that one, seeing as how he went with the mine-clearing charges, which are it's more situations effective at close combat between tanks. But if you're going for range combat and you're not getting really right in there against the other tank, you're going to want to go armor piercing.
Yeah, and I feel like their strategy was more to make sure that the pushers were not able to get in and blow up the tank than worrying about long-range combat.
Right. Oh, I don't know if it went back to you for default weather, but don't forget to go to weather.
Oh, it did indeed, and I have already switched.
Yeah, me too.
So,
now, let's see, that whole time, how long did it take, though, too, for RN to get their 8th person?
it couldn't have been long. Definitely couldn't have been long. So, yeah, the tank battle that happens on the right-hand side of the map is always what usually dictates who's going to get the upper hand, and it is very tough to push back from being blown up first on that tank battle.
Right.
You're just at a disadvantage. The person's sitting right there at the resupply point, and unless you're able to get some people on the flank and get a engine shot in, it's going to be real tough.
Yep. Right. Cap says it only took him about a minute.
Ah,
I wasn't completely paying attention.
thank you, Kappa. And a little bit of a different tactic now. Ganja pushing middle through the creek bed area. They're not sending anybody up to Bravo. Are they trying to do a right-hand push straight to A? It looks like they are.
This is an AC hold. Yeah, what they're going for, but they're not keeping anybody back at C.
I mean,
so
are you seeing this formation? I think they're doing the flying V right now. They're definitely doing the flying V. This could be awesome or disastrous for first. They are all...
I only see one assault, though, and that's what worries me.
One assault.
Seeing as how they went straight for the tank.
So many medics. One assault. 2 supports. And they do get into Alpha.
Ganja does not seem to be even paying attention to that Panzer IV on his right. And neither does the Panzer IV pay attention to Ganja yet. Here he goes now, turning now.
And Ganja's Repper is down, and Herrera still has his. And now Ganja is being pursued by El Cucho on the backside as a support guy. Looks like he is not sure what he's running, but he is getting shot from the creek by Dark Cuervo. And now Charlie is being taken by Rios. But Ganja is quickly retreating to get back there to hold that point. So not a bad strategy by first to do the AC hold right away. Just Ganja needs to be able to take out Herrera. And Dedo needs to get on the backside to get that reps going.
I'm concerned for him myself because he's got 2 support.
And he is already down.
And that tank pushing him. It's too hard.
Yep.
He did not have enough support.
Far too much to combat with 1 tank and 1 repper.
For that flank, for that maneuver. Great maneuver if executed properly, but they needed more assaults. They did not have near enough to take out that Panzer IV from the start. And that would have been huge if they did. But unfortunately, they did not. For first. Excellent job at Herrera for staying alive, along with his repper.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done indeed. Now, first is corralled up at Bravo, but trying to make this push into Charlie. El Cucho, the only one there, is rocking the bar. And being pursued by somebody else in the creek. And let's see who wins this battle. It is 4v1 right now. This is not looking good for El Cucho, unless he gets some spawns. And even then, I don't think he's only got one person to spawn. Yeah, he might not be even calling for support right now.
As Herrera shells Bravo from afar. First in RN.
And Cucho got pushed by Vaidi.
RN coming up top. Aha. So there he goes down. That's that Charlie.
He got pushed by a KE7, and I believe it had not the fast fire rate specialization on it, but he was able to take him down. And a full squad of first is pushing Herrera right now at the resupply point. Again, only having one assault, has a support person. The repper for Herrera is down, but now so is the assault for first. But he gets revived right back up, and Herrera needs to run.
And running he is, fully backing up. Making them come out in that open field that he can see clearly.
First, smartly using smoke to hold down their advance and make sure that Herrera does not see them. But I believe that one went down a little bit too late for Big Cheese to not be seen. Fake getting put down real quick by Herrera, throwing a tank shell. And now a double for Herrera on first, trying to push.
Looks like he's going to get another double on that revive.
And he does.
Poor Braha, not realizing he was right out in the open in front of that Panzer IV.
But the tank for first is back in. Ganja pushing headlong into Bravo. Not sure why he decided to stop right there.
I think he's assuming there are people at Bravo and he's being hesitant. But right now he needs to make a play and quickly.
Yeah, he needed to push in there quickly. He does make it in there and is on the backside, and they're going to get this.
Bravo first seems to also be somewhat holding their own on Charlie, as RN seems to be slowly filtering in one at a time.
Herrera lobbing shots from down below at Ganja, not connecting.
My gosh. Barba getting a 4-piece on Charlie, takes out the entire first squad.
That is great. Well done by him. Now RN is pushing back into Bravo and taking out all of Ganja's support players. D.R.E.A.M on the flank, gonna come in and try and take out Ganja using the Panzerfausts, and is gonna hit him right in the side with vehicle hit 42. Does have an anti-tank mine right underneath him, but Ganja is able to get away from it just in time.
Lack of numbers of RN on Charlie too. First spawns in a squad and takes him out, but here comes Herrera now supporting his squad at Bravo. Looks like they're going to go for the finish move on Ganja.
Yeah, they did just have to build that resupply for ammo, but in comes Cuervo with a tank nade, and he was about to throw dynamite, but Ganja saw him. And it is just a big battle right now up at Bravo. We got tank and tank, infantry and infantry. First is back on the objective, taking it, but Avenegas and D.R.E.A.M are on the low side, and Ganja is getting pushed back. Now his repper is down. He's going to have a tough time.
This entire time, I can just feel the panic in his movement.
And he is down. He just got swarmed.
Completely enveloped by the enemy team. Ganja Slayer goes down in the tank.
But first, realizing that pretty much the entire RN team, it is the entire RN team, is at Bravo. So they are making that push to Alpha.
Smoking it up as they do, sending one squad to A. I'm hoping the second squad will spawn at Charlie, but we'll see where they go.
The enemy is taking objective Alpha.
Yeah, should have gone back somewhere.
Alert, we have lost objective Alpha.
But now it's Herrera coming back in to Alpha, getting some debris damage on somebody that's hiding inside of the house, and now he is just going to shell the house and try to take whoever it is out in there, but it looks like he's retreating to go get some more ammo. Or just back off a little bit so that he can rain down his tank shells into Bravo, or Alpha, my mistake. So now it's first in control of Alpha Charlie, trying to make the Bravo push to get a triple cap. Being successful, Cuervo is pushed back, but not for long. Rios coming in and taking down Vaidi, and full squad plus a couple of RN are pushing back into Bravo. They do not want to get triple capped.
Despite Herrera's dominance on those at Alpha, first seems to be going for a triple cap if they can, moving everyone they have to Bravo, as RN has their entire team other than the tank and its repper, B.
They are unsure that Alpha has been completely abandoned right now by first, and they are trying to get this triple cap, and now they're going to head in there and make sure that the triple cap does not happen, because Ganja is back up there at Bravo with the tank, but he does have an assault on his side, but is able to get support, and he goes down. But RN does push back into Alpha and is...
Braha and Kappa IQ duking it out for last bits, and Braha comes out on top,
so
leaving Bravo for first.
So first is in control of Charlie Bravo, and now RN has to push out. And it looks like they are going to try to push Bravo, perhaps, as they know that the tank is up there. Herrera is trying to lay down some covering fire for his advancing troops. But first has the height advantage, and they should really just say and send one person to Charlie, as the entire first team is at Bravo right now.
And what a firefight this will be, as RN and their Panzer IV push against Ganja and its Mark V8.
And first is doing a good job of not letting them get in there, and now a tank battle is ensuing right now. But all of the RN infantry that was on the point is gone. The only one left is El Cucho down by Tractor waiting for spawns. Herrera is on the backside and is
First desperately trying to medic.
Everybody
Are just all over revives right now.
And Ganja almost getting pushed by El Cucho, but El Cucho gets taken out from the side, and there goes Herrera.
Would you look at that? Ganja has won his first tank battle against Herrera.
Very well done, but stop the presses. A full squad plus one of RN sees that all of the entire first team is at Bravo, and they get on the flank for the Alpha Charlie hold. Now a full squad of first is pushing back into Alpha, and Ganja is trying to stay alive on the road, but is being pushed by two assaults of RN.
As first goes unopposed to Alpha now, Ganja is getting pressured by multiple assaults and forced to retreat back to Bravo.
Alpha is going to fall to first, using smokes to get back in there, and RN needs to make a move somewhere.
It looks like it's going to be Bravo. Knowing that Ganja is here by himself, likely unsupported, they are pushing in hard.
They definitely are. The support has come in for Ganja, and oh, there was some tank mines that were laid down in that previous giant battle, and D.R.E.A.M gets taken out by one of those as Ganja drives over it.
Let me just say, what are the odds that that would happen?
That was
They have
crazy.
got to be slim. And here comes first to help out their boy Ganja, clearing out Bravo as he gets repped up by Machete and Vanti.
And now
Lone RN, not sure if I would have poked that bear, but he did.
and First is in control of Alpha Bravo. Again, Herrera is being hesitant of pushing Alpha, but there he goes in and starts the cap.
Well, you never know who's going to have dynamite traps ready. So
That's
it's good
true.
that he's cautious.
I have seen the dynamite traps being used a lot more recently. Saw a really good one actually with First against TFR the other day on Devastation. And Ganja pushing in by himself, taking out Avenegas at Charlie.
Getting aggressive, he might be able to stop them from even spawning in there to stop his capture. And I think he will, as I don't see any RN there.
And
So it's going to force Herrera to push up forward.
But First just completely abandoned the Bravo point and let RN just waltz right in. Not sure about that move, but they are on their flank
Looks
to
like
Alpha.
They're going to trade off with Ganja. Ganja squad's going to head to Bravo as they head to A, trying to do a rotational.
This is just ring around the rosy from Bravo to Alpha to Charlie to Charlie to Bravo. It's just going around and around.
Herrera and his crew will take Charlie. Ganja's going for Bravo. They're going to need to get Bravo to maintain dominance as First also captures AAO unopposed.
And having the tank there, that is going to be a lot easier done as there is only 3 medics for RN up there.
You know, I'm not hearing a lot of heavy shells coming off of Ganja. I'm guessing that he must be running low and will be forced to soon rearm at that supply
He
point,
has
which
been up quite a long
Herrera
time.
is taking advantage of right now as we speak. Making sure he's topped up.
Ganja being heavily pushed by 3 assaults right now, and he is running for that resupply. Engine taken out. He is dead in the water, and he is down by Rios.
And just as I say it too, I'm sure he realized that he probably only had 2 or 3 shells left.
And unfortunately, the entire First crew has been wiped off the map. Does get some spawns in at Alpha, but they try to push Herrera through the middle of the field and road, and that is not going to be able to work.
Once again, a lack of assaults is going to prevent them from being able to take that Panzer IV, which is should be a primary objective for First.
Knowing how good Herrera is in that tank, they need to start running more assaults, but a triple cap is going to happen, and this is going to be the end of it for First. They did a heck of a job with rotations, but the lack of assaults and the lack of the ability to take out Herrera in the tank is what is going to lose them this match.
And there it is, 44-0. Herrera going 25-1. Rios 21-9. Cap IQ 15-7. The First is Braha going 22-7. Big Holly going 6-7. 6-9. Sorry. And Mobs Last Tribe going 4-9.
So the first 2 maps, obviously tanking was the biggest factor.
Yes, clearly. Aras's main objective is always take out the other tank and keep yours alive. Always. Good game indeed. Tell you what, I felt like that was pretty close for the most part, even though the score at the end was by a couple dozen in favor of RN. It seemed to be a really rotational game.
Definitely was. Lots of movement around and around.
Around the world, around the world.
I don't think we need any of that right now. So next map in the rotation, which will be the last 2, is gonna be Devastation.
Where everything is devastated.
Literally. I mean, look at it. It's bombed out. It's crazy. But some Great battles happen on this map because of the linear progression of the map. If you're able to get in there and work your way up as a line, you can basically just push the other team all the way back into their spawn.
Alright, kind of late on the spawn. We'll see if they realize the game's about to start. And there they go.
Let's see what type of formation each of these teams brings out. It is always interesting to see how the spread happens, whether it is more of a mob tactic or if it is more of a spread.
Someone forgetting to cap C. Machete is forced back to Charlie to get that cap.
That is a big mistake right there. That is one person with a gun that is not able to help in this beginning salvo. Braha pushing up on the right-hand side, getting Dark down. But it is RN that is going to be in there first, and first is just going down quickly. On the right-hand side, left-hand side still has people alive because they pushed that squad.
The hold first is left flank. RN is really strong on right.
They are. If they're able to wipe out the rest of the first people that are all kind of holed up, and it looks like they're going to, they just collapsed and wiped them. First, trying to push back in through.
Like any first made it through, so there's no leaks, meaning they will have spawn or any other spawn.
First, trying to push back in through the middle point. Ganja coming through. Taking fire from the right and left-hand side, sees a grenade go down and is going to get taken out by l-TheCupofJoe-l on the right-hand side. First is kind of holed up in the right-hand side of the church. And smoke's being deployed, so people do not know where each other are.
A lot of Rambo reviving going on by first, but luckily that one paid out for him.
And they were able to get in there and get majority, and no leaks for RN to get to Charlie.
First Braha now controlling that balcony. That's going to be a key position in holding their side of the church.
He is deadly with the bar at range as well as the KE7. That's what he was using yesterday.
We have now taken objective data.
Leaves the balcony, comes up to the platform now, takes out Avengus, covering that right flank. It's going to allow first to take a moment to breathe on that right flank of theirs.
And now
RN are all filtering in from A.
Yep, first getting into their preset spots, it looks like. But RN is trying to push them on the left-hand side.
Yeah, more visible lines being set up, looking like what we normally would do with two on each lane. And that's really what most teams have been doing for their holds. We'll see how RN reacts to this.
Deathcore was trying to push the right-hand side by himself on the outside. Decides that's not a good idea as D.R.E.A.M was out there on the Heglitch.
RN seem to be committing hard to versus right flank, noticing that they've taken two out. Now three, forcing Braha to fall back, waiting for respawns.
And full squad of first on the left-hand side. Machete tries to push Herrera, gets taken out, and then Herrera gets taken out in turn by D.R.E.A.M, who is going to go for the revive. And Cucho getting taken out by Vaidi, and Kappa returning the favor, taking him out.
In this instance, what I would do if I were first is I would take the advantage right now that I have on the left flank and go to Alpha.
Yeah, they need to get that leak going because all of RN is inside of the church right now, left and right side.
Sending at least two to A and holding two back to cover that left flank. Making them think you're still trying to push in that whole time while you are actually sending two to A. They are struggling to take back B right now. Who knows? Let's see. There's a good three-man push coming in from their left flank right now.
But down goes Vaidi, Dead-On, and then Ganja getting a double right there. Well done on that, getting revives.
Real big play.
That is going to get them the point. Well done.
But as he does, RN have taken advantage of their left flank and sent around a man to go capture Charlie.
Using that strategy of seeing that they were getting wiped and realizing it's time to make a break for it. Barba, the only one on Charlie holding, and Braha going after Barba, and nobody else from first is in support. Kind of curious as to why they're only sending one.
I feel like they know that there's going to be a collapse on Bravo, and so they have in that kind of way. Gambling that they will be able to only be able to send two.
And they are able.
Yeah.
But having to send one person back has allowed RN to push into Bravo and take it back. And first is all holed up at the very front on top of the balcony. Being Rios just goes up and comes up from behind and is able to take out and wipe that squad.
I'm real curious if Braha and Big Cheese are going to go in for Bravo or if they're going to go for Alpha. Or maybe one to each, because right now there's no one of RN on Bravo. But they seem to be just holding that left opening.
They're waiting for spawns, I'm sure, but they should be waiting for spawns on the way to A.
I would be running to A, running my ass right now,
And
because here comes all of RN.
there they go. I don't know why they didn't just push as a two-person squad and let the other guys spawn as they were running. They would have already been to Alpha by now.
Yep.
However, their
Let's see how this plays out.
tactic seems to be working. Fake going back, trying to take out the RN that's in, trying to take out Rios, but Rios reacts and takes down Holly.
Something that First is good about is doing his strength in numbers. They really rely on their overwhelming forces to outmatch any numbers that the enemy throws at them.
Now RN is in a bit of a pickle here, with First taking back Alpha, taking Bravo now, and RN though gets on top of the railway area and is able to rain down and take out the rest of First. Braha being pushed at several angles, taken out by Irios rocking the Thompson. But the push that was to A pulled back so many RN that First was able to get into Bravo and capture it.
Let's see if they're able to set up a line in time. I'm not sure if they will, as they still have yet to clear those two off that balcony.
And Kappa and Deathcore milling around, making things tough for First to set up a full spread on Bravo. And spawn kills it, and then revives going off for both teams, but it looks like it's going to be RN able to push in. Dead-On, the only one there left, and he is surrounded on several sides, but in support comes First right in behind him.
We have now taken objective Baker.
Bullets going every which way inside the church. It's complete chaos here on the Bravo point.
But Fake Holly taking down Cuervo on the left-hand side, chucking smoke, trying to get back in onto the point, going for the revive on Cheese, and is going to push through.
Herrera getting a double, or, well, maybe not. No, got help from Kappa. Sorry. But almost, literally taking both of them out on his own with that STG of his.
Mob's in a duel with 3 of the First guys, and he gets pushed from the side and taken out. Or the RN guys, my bad. And now it is first being completely... Oh, nope. There is fake Holly in there getting this spawned by mobs. Fake is on the side, but is taken out. First trying to make a left side push, but Herrera is over there, returning back into the B point.
First makes that move that we were talking about. Holds 1 or 2 at that opening and sends it 1 to A. As all of our NR seem to be going committed.
Yep, that is exactly what they are doing. They're sending 1 to Alpha, being Ganja, and they just were able to wipe out the side of RN. RN pushed up.
One man to capture that Bravo, as RN has that no one there, is going to force them back to Bravo. But while in the meantime, they are not going to know that they are on their way to A. But here comes Herrera. Gets Ganja. Let's see if he'll get Vadi as well, completely stopping first push to A. If he does.
Ganja's doing his job. He is marking this person, but in the corner doing the lean, and Herrera takes out Vadi.
So that's going to mean that all the eggs are going to be in that Charlie Bravo basket for first.
And it looks like this is going to be very bad news bears for first, as they're both losing Bravo and Charlie.
That is not what they want to hear, I'm sure.
This is turning into an RN triple cap with several of the first hanging around B point. They're going to be able to get in there, but it is going to be a fight to see whoever gets this one.
Still a decent amount of number of the first on Bravo. With members of RN at Charlie, if they all can spawn at Bravo, they should be able to take it, and they do.
Avenegas, the one and only RN that's on the point and now pushes off. Now a full squad of RN is pushing back from the Charlie point, trying to corral them at Bravo, making sure that they can't get out of there. Rios in the bell room getting supported, able to take out D.R.E.A.M. Now it is gonna be a RN win here and almost a triple cap in the other direction.
0-65 in RN's favor.
And now we will switch sides and go for the last round. So lots of back and forth play in there, but first just not able to hold on to anything for a substantial amount of time in their favor.
As teams switch sides, we'll see if switching sides has any effect on this game's outcome.
I really find that this is one of the more evenly created maps for squad conquest. I mean, it's any linear map is going to be a lot easier to balance just based upon, you know, sight lines.
There's 4 main lanes.
Yep.
Left and right interior of the church, and left and right of the church. Every team has the possibility to push through and flank. Whether they do or not is what's going to affect on how they dictate how this match plays out. As we say, both teams spawning in now. Let's see how the action plays out this time.
Big old mob of first coming, as well as RN in a more linear fashion.
So far, it looks like a hard commit to left flank for first, but we'll see if they start spreading out.
They're gonna get into the church and spread out nice and even, leaving dead on to cap Alpha Point.
Maybe they won't, Joe.
Oh, look at that.
They're all on the right side.
They are. I did not expect this, but then again, I can't predict what people are gonna do, as much as I want. So first,
really strong right hold for first.
First pushing, and ooh, Rios using the 1907, getting kills, but gets quickly taken down, as he was the only one in that little corner area. But first, overcommitting the right-hand side and having a bunch of people, and RN is free to go to the left. Everybody of first was on that right-hand side, but RN did not seize the opportunity quick enough. Herrera in the corner and gets taken down. El Cucho using the bar, trying to spray through some smoke right there. And RN is making some headway on that right-hand side, but first is in reserves on the backhand side, and they are pushing in one by one, which is not what they need to be doing. They need strength in numbers right now.
Yeah, it's just like their initial push. They need to really commit to one side and clear out as many of them as they can, preventing revives while doing so.
And now RN taking and sparing no time to start pushing up to the front of the point. Fake Holly is underneath at the church and quickly is taken out. And RN has a substantial line happening now, has every lane covered by at least one person. However, first is on the right-hand side, trying to push through. El Cucho is there, but is taken out by Braha, rocking medic now.
Bob's last on the right flank spawns Fake Holly for support. This will be their Alamo as 4RN and close on them.
From both sides, and I don't think they know that they're getting flanked from behind. They definitely do not, but now they do, as they are all getting wiped out, and they are all wiped from that right-hand push.
Seem to be doing a really good job of calling out where first is and completely surrounding them until they wipe them.
Now first having to push out from Alpha, as they had nobody close to the Bravo point, and RN is getting set up. However, again, they have nobody holding the left-hand lane, only left-hand inside. Machete going for the revive.
They've taken into account how first plays. They know they really commit strongly to whichever direction they're going, and they're just playing the same way that they are.
Yeah, they're meeting headlong force with headlong force.
Komm, ich krieg dich wieder hin.
And Fake Holly doing a nice slide maneuver to get Deathcore around that front area of the church.
Fake Holly taking out Rios as he gets a revive just right after as well. Really making some good plays that versus Fake Holly.
First is back to their running together tactic, and Cheese is being pursued by Herrera and Deathcore, but Deathcore is now going to be pursued by Ganja, but Ganja gets taken down, and Cheese as well. But Kappa, the only one left for RN on the B point, and first is able to get back in there and take B. Kappa doing a heck of a job, taking out 3 right there, not letting this Bravo push die. taking the team on their back right there and pushing it in, and now the point is being taken by RN.
Good God, the man got a triple.
That
And he's
was
still going.
good. And now Alpha Bravo is in control by RN, but Braha got out on the flank and is now at Charlie. So a little bit of a role reversal there. Now it is RN that's having to push the Charlie point, but it looks like they didn't know that there was somebody from first at A still.
I think they just came from their spawn.
That's probably
and,
right.
RN deserted.
That makes more sense. You know, spawns are tough.
I'm here to help, Joe.
I know. Much appreciated. So RN is back on Charlie Point. Fake Holly down in the pit, using smoke and trying to push up to the top portion and able to get deathcore with the hip fire spray. So now it is first in control of Alpha Charlie. And they are now trying to get into Bravo, leaving Alpha completely unprotected. So RN is just going to waltz right in and take it. But they're right back and are on Bravo. But RN is pushing to Charlie. Again, this could be trouble for first, but they do not have anybody around Bravo. So they're at least going to have that point for themselves. But Alpha Charlie is going to swing the other way to RN.
And here comes a force of 4 to come try to reinforce Charlie right now from first. As fight for Alpha seems to have died down.
Danger! Over there!
Kappa taking out Ganja quickly with ZK on the outside of C through the window pane doors. Herrera pushing up, trying to take out D.R.E.A.M, but D.R.E.A.M is able to get him with the Type 100. And another flag switch is going to happen. First, getting to Alpha, but leaving Bravo uncontested. But first is back on Charlie, and now the Alpha Charlie hold will go back to the favor of first.
As first make the same fatal maneuver as RN, leaving the point completely uncontested. RN spawns an entire squad to take back C quickly.
And they will do that.
Sandwich them at Bravo if RN is able to hold out their position.
We have lost objective Delta, soldiers!
Rios getting a double on Machete and Ganja inside the church, able to hold off that push. And in comes the bombs. It's not as epic when the atmosphere doesn't change. I said it's not as epic when the atmosphere doesn't change. Just sounds funny. But RN pushing back into Bravo with a good spread, whereas first is more committed to the left-hand side.
Yeah, RN still with those stickers in the side of first. Maintain their good dominance on Alpha.
And first is going to make it to Charlie, but they are going to lose Alpha and Bravo in the process.
Here comes Rios, though, coming to Charlie, trying to prevent a first single cap. As the rest of his boys take Bravo.
Rios taking out Ganja, pushing to the sandbags, using that as a head glitch. Now pushing in underneath, going to get some ammo, holding, waiting for first to leave the point and allow them to take it without being contested and allowing them to get a triple cap. or making it easier for them by not even being on the point. Ganja pushing back in, trying to take out Rios, but Rios is pulling out the pistol, but he gets taken down.
All 4 first medics here at Charlie. We'll see how they're able to hold this point.
R.N. coming in from underneath and up top, being able to take people down. Vaidi, the last one on the head glitch for first at the Charlie point, gets a spawn from Ganja. Ganja going for the revive. And they're going to push back in against 3 RN as a spawn comes in from Death Core. Now 4 Herrera spawning in on Core. And RN does not allow first to push back into the C point. Now, if first is unable to get back into Charlie, they're kind of stuck right now with having to push from Alpha into Bravo. But they are making a concerted effort to get in there and using the advantage, but they do get wiped from Charlie. So now first is going to have to push from Alpha into Bravo and see how long it takes for RN to realize that they do not have anybody contesting at Charlie. Ganja pushing up, jumping up and over, hipfire spraying, gets support and help, and Fake Holly taking down Cuervo, and revives happening, and now a big old push of first on the left-hand side is going into Bravo.
And RN and first will both be meeting at that center point.
And it is just like the beginning. Whoever wins this gun battle is going to be heavily in the advantage. However, first does not have many tickets to spare, so they need to be going for all of their revives and hold the positions.
Yes, whoever wins this gunfight will likely be in favor to win this match.
And it looks like RN is the ones that are prevailing thus far. As Rios getting a triple, taking down Dead, Machete, and Mobs.
Ganja makes it around for the flank, but it might be too little too late as RN now have control of Charlie and Bravo. With only 6 first tickets left.
Yeah, unless they're able to get all of their respawns off or get all of their revives off, it is going to be tough for them to push back from this deficit. But they almost had a triple cap, which would have put them in the advantage of losing no tickets whatsoever.
Raw and Fake Holly doing a great job of being the last 2 alive and first inside the Bravo objective area. They get taken down, leaving first with only 1 ticket left, assuming they will not be revived.
And Braha is the last one that's there. They're holding to try to go for revives, but RN is pushing back to Alpha, it looks like, slowly. Avenegas is going. But the fate of the game rests on Holly and Braha, which are going to dwindle away right now. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is RN taking both sides of Eros and both sides of Devastation.
2 maps favor RN. And I'm assuming that'll do it, unless they want to play last map between them. But officially, I believe, Joe, that's
Wait a second.
correct to assume they're done, right? Or are they doing all 3?
I think they're going to be doing all 3, I assume. I didn't realize, I didn't scroll down. I thought it was just those 2 for 4. So I guess we got 2 more to go.
Well, we're about to find out.
But Rotterdam, another linear map with just sightline after sightline.
Both teams still full, still here.
Looks like we are going on. Yep, there it is. If I had scrolled down, I would have seen that Rotterdam was there, but I did not. Because, you know,
I think we knew it was there. We just weren't sure if they'd play. Unless, do the rules state that they have to do all 3 maps, both sides?
unless the other team forfeits, I do believe so.
Well then, great for us. Doing the assumptions, eh?
Yay. We're so smart.
We the smarticles. Alright, well, that is not it. But, technically speaking, RN has locked in their win.
Yeah, the way that this tournament is structured, it is all over, but the points and the ticket counts do matter as far as placement goes moving forward, so playing them all out is to the advantage of both teams.
I see little yellow dots coming out as RN pushes to Charlie. While first goes for their Bravo. Not sending anyone to A yet. We'll see how heavily they commit. Looks like they might go for a full commit to Bravo. No, as they say, that fake Holly goes back.
But they are able to get into the B point first, and if they look on the right-hand side, they're going to know that they're being pushed from that side. However, RN decides to just completely push one person, 2 people past, and go for Alpha Charlie right off the bat. However,
Really good at doing that surround maneuver, RN is.
yeah, the surround, envelop, and then pinch.
Yep. As I say, I like Herrera pushing in the last first. Fake Holly going back from A.
Fake Holly dueling with Herrera, but Herrera is going to prevail, and now it is not looking great for first as RN is on all 3 points, large numbers at Bravo, and now Big is trying to push in to get the cap of A from Herrera to stop.
First having to commit the entire squad to A. They do not get triple cap.
Fake Holly
They got Herrera.
is
Get that revive.
able to get in there and take out Herrera, as you said, get the revive. So a triple cap does not happen, which is great news for first. However, RN has already pushed up the left-hand side to lock them into that spawn area on the left-hand side. And if they're able to envelop and pinch like they have been before, they might be able to get to Alpha once again. Ganja not even able to make it out of that spawn on the side of the map. And first just gets wiped off of Bravo and is now going to need to try to go from Alpha Point back in. And RN is swarming around. They are going to go for this triple cap quickly.
RN doing a good job of locking down lanes. Seem to have at least one man at each one of them.
First, trying to make
Not
the
taking
swim.
out Herrera, at least though, on the right side. RN have an open path. Bravo, though he doesn't know it yet, I'm sure.
l-TheCupofJoe-l on the canal side, waiting for somebody. Don't know if they hear the person that's in the water. Seems to, though, as he's waiting for that person to swim around. And the swimmer is Fake Holly, and Cucho is going to be right there, but
Oh, I don't think he did hear
No.
because he kept on running.
no, he completely missed, and Holly is going to be able to get to Charlie.
Attention, we are losing objective
This goes to show how important it is to make sure you look for swimmers. Because what could have been a triple cap will now only be a double as first goes for C on the floor.
The enemy is now controlling all the objectives.
First, trying to push back into Alpha. Rios on the side there, using the 1907 again, holding, and is going to go in, and Ganja is there, not moving, and takes him out as he rounds the corner. Well played by Ganja, but now is being pushed by Cuervo, and he's going to know exactly because Rios is going to tell him where they are. Getting one with Ganja, but gets pushed by two, and now Alpha will go in the favor of first, but RN has pushed back into the Charlie area and starts to take it. Fake Holly coming in, trying to get the point back. Mobs last on for first. Gets the kills and saves the point.
That point, yeah.
Well done, we have taken objective Caesar.
First trying to push through that mid lane towards Bravo. Seem to be getting flanked by RN on the sides once more. But nonetheless, have committed to a full push and are looking to get a possible triple here if RN does not quickly get Alpha.
They're moving in, smoking, and getting in there, and they will have it for no seconds at all. RN was able to get in there and get it before the triple cap happened.
Well, no, there's a triple cap, but not for long. Only about 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna maybe bleed out one ticket.
I thought it was 3 a second, or sorry, not 3 a second, 1 a second. Triple caps. Maybe I'm wrong.
Man, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's quick. It's quick.
Get it right.
Whatever. It's easy to figure out when you're actually playing. And now RN is gonna get Alpha Charlie, I believe. But the
Looks like First is still putting up a good fight for Charlie, though.
yeah, Kappa, the last one on, and Braha being pushed by him. Ooh, Kappa taking out Holly in the corner there. Spawn's happening for RN. And it is...
Bravo's going down. It forces First to really commit to that Charlie take. And they'll have it. Luckily before any RN can spawn and take it back once more.
Yeah. RN, recognizing what was happening, pushes back into Bravo. Ganja just being surrounded by so many people. He had no chance with that small mag capacity of the bar. Now,
here comes a
push.
fight on that left lane from Bravo.
I'm gonna go a little first-person view on Fake Holly here. Been doing work with the Thompson, using smokes, but quickly taken out by Kappa. RN seems to have a much better understanding of how to use lean. I don't think I've seen any of the first people lean at all.
I'll tell you what, positioning seems to be a real big part of RN's playbook as well. Because they were locked and loaded, ready, looking down that lane.
And you don't see them not having something in front of them very often.
Yep. Hey, Glitch is your friend.
Anything in between your body and somebody else is good.
Right? Anything solid.
I mean, I've been saved by railings before. But First, recognizing what's happening, has pushed back into Alpha, but is going to take the entire team of RN basically headlong in there and quickly getting wiped. Only leaving one person on Bravo, and Avenegas is in the White House and using dynamite to set a trap, getting some hits, but is flanked on the top side and gets taken out quickly. First trying to make it in from their spawn area now. Ganja pushing in first, and they are gonna get the Bravo or the Alpha point because RN tried to lock them into their spawn, but they were able to get around to the alley quickly. So first now in the Alpha Charlie position, and full squad of RN was trying to push that left-hand side, making it in. Herrera making it in to Charlie to stop the bleed for them. Now a full squad +1 of RN is pushing to Alpha. This could cause a triple cap in the favor of RN, but first is putting up a fight, trying to push back in to Charlie, but they are caught. Mobs and Holly. Holly, the last one, and a triple cap is probably going to be happening for RN right here, and it is locked in. But Ganja making it to Bravo.
4, about every second and a half seems to be a tick.
Yeah, 1.5. That's exactly what I thought it was. I wasn't sure. So first, in control of Bravo, but RN has Alpha Charlie. RN leaving Alpha uncontested, trying to push back into Bravo for that triple cap, but first has gotten into C and starts to take it. Herrera being the last one, holding at Charlie, waiting for spawns. Is getting them, but first is now surrounding and gonna be able to take Herrera down. And wipes them off of Charlie, so that is good for them, but RN has pushed right back into Bravo and is going to get that point for themselves once again and hold Alpha Bravo.
Ganja, not giving any fucks, runs right into Bravo against the 4-man squad.
Well, when you're down 70 tickets, you really can't give any of those fucks, can you?
I guess not.
Well, RN going for the jugular, trying to get this triple cap again. And it is going to be RN once again prevailing on the third map of Rotterdam. Next up, we will switch sides and do it all over again.
United Kingdom victory.
Got D.R.E.A.M and Ganja on top for first, and Avenegas and Rios on top for RN.
Surprisingly enough, first or top squad.
So on to our final round of this 6-game series for the Dream League. Going to be bringing you guys lots of these streams upcoming as this league has kicked off and matches are happening pretty much every single day. And weather 1 is in effect once again. And
Leave it, Joe.
there we go.
We're not leaving it, are we?
I'm not leaving it.
Why not?
Because you can't see anything.
That's a lie. That's a dirty lie.
I mean, yeah, the player outline, but still, it looks better without it.
I don't know. Others would argue against it. But
Hey, you know what? If you want to look through smudgy glass, trying to watch this thing, that's up to you.
weather manipulation is, you know, just playing God, Joe. I don't know if we should do it.
I am God.
Ah, there's the ego.
When it comes to the shoutcasting, I say what goes. On my
I
stream.
have the power.
I do have the power. Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna go through this train full length.
First has spawned in, and basically none of our N is. They're slowly spawning in now from the secondary spawn. First is coming out in numbers, doing a full left-hand commit, and if they're not careful, they could get wiped, using one smoke to stop their advance from being seen. But now RN is collapsing in on them, and they are corralled on the right-hand side, and I do not like the looks of this for first.
I tell you, Joe, each time it seems RN is really good at calling out exactly where first will be pushing from and surrounding them. Though they have, first seem to be coming out on top for this initial gunfight. Forcing RN to hide behind pillars and sandbags.
First able to come out of that kerfuffle on the left, alive and well and kicking.
Ganja Slayer getting a broken bottle kill even.
Oh jeez, he stabbed that guy right in the neck.
And you can tell there is a lot of heat on this push.
Placing charges.
Dynamite being
First coming
thrown.
out real strong.
And another
Started
bottle
this
kill by Ganja. That is 2-in-1 match. You don't see a whole lot of melee kills in a competitive match, but he already got 2 in the first 2 minutes of this game.
I'll tell you what though, Joe, that's the first time we've seen First really make RN give up ground like that. And it was, I'm sure, quite a shock for RN for that initial push to be so effective.
They did push them, but RN is wasting no time of already pushing the objective to Charlie. But they
Not realizing though that Fake Holly was the last man alive, and they're gonna have First maneuver to Bravo right now. RN got a little too over aggressive and will be leaving their back flags unprotected.
Now, the move for First is to leave 3 at Bravo to cap and get 1 moving their buns to Alpha, because RN is fully overcommitted on the Charlie side. But seeing that,
I'd go with a 2-2, but like they're getting surrounded right now and they know it, so they'll likely hold all those men at Bravo and have that other squad attempt to retake Charlie.
that is what is going to happen. But nope, they are now just leaving Bravo uncontested once again, trying to get to Alpha, and RN.
Fake Holly might be doing the same maneuver where he hides just offside the point, trying to be undetected. But oh, no, there he goes firing.
Yes, so much for not being detected with that bar. That thing is loud with those giant 30-06 rounds coming out of that barrel.
Shooting at nothing right now. Now gets on target. Takes down Kappa. As First control the sandbags just outside of Alpha and Bravo.
But First smartly decides to disengage from Bravo and get to Alpha and get the Alpha Charlie hold, but RN is trying to push back in to Charlie right now.
Raha doing a great job holding that sandbag line, preventing any further push from RN.
Dead on getting a dynamite kill, but blowing himself up in the process.
Slayer really needs to get up in gear and help out his guys right there.
Herrera in the top area, getting a double with the STG.
And that's what I wanted to see, some explosives being shot out,
Now,
taking down that tower.
Herrera unfortunately only had a couple of bullets left and is jumping down to be sandwiched by Ganja. First doing a heck of a job holding on to this Alpha Charlie hold. However, they have gotten Alpha and have done the same ill-fated mistake of leaving the point uncontested.
Well, not completely, because Deadon has come back. It looked like he was trying to flank around to get the man on the second floor, but it is taking a considerable amount of time, and he will likely get spawns up.
Now, RN is pushing back and going to get Alpha, because they wiped the first squad that was in between Alpha Bravo.
That they have. Luckily for First, though, that is their spawn location and are coming in force to retake A.
Now, my question is, are these Are they aware that the 3 times is allowed in these matches? Because I have yet to see a person... Wait, no, I did see somebody rocking the 1907 with the 3 times, but everybody else I've seen either using aperture or irons. I've yet to even see a red dot on anything except for an SMG.
It may be that they're so used to it they have totally forgotten
It's
that it is allowed.
well, Fake Holly's rocking it for first, but l-TheCupofJoe has the AA sights on the bar. I'm gonna try and find another one of the RN support guys to see what's happening. But first,
As we say this, first is making a move to go for that triple cap. Likely won't be able to get it in time as RN have complete control of Charlie. But they are making some good aggressive moves against RN this match, and it seems to be really paying off in full, as this game looks a lot closer than it has.
and they're really committing to their pushes, almost getting a triple cap there for more than a couple of seconds, but RN sees what's happening and gets back onto Charlie quickly. Ganja in a firefight from the middle, chucking a nade. Don't know how successful it's going to be because he doesn't even reach it. He is the one using the 3 times on the 1907 currently. Not something you see a whole lot of, as the 1907 does have considerable kick on it. And Ganja on the head glitch gets taken down from distance by Kappa. Kappa is using that little car there to great advantage.
Already doing a good job of clearing out Bravo. Fake Holly giving away his position. His gun about to be charged by at least 3 RN.
And blindly firing into the smoke, not the greatest idea when you only have 20 rounds. And is pushed and quickly taken out by RN. And now RN has gotten a triple cap themselves, but first is on their way back to Charlie and has pushed into Bravo, or is about to not allow that triple cap to stay more than a couple of seconds.
Taking back Bravo with numbers. First has taken control of the point, but are surrounded by RN. Leaves them no real means of escape. Lucky enough they don't have to escape though, as Big Cheese Nat is taking back Charlie for them.
Here for you. I got you, chum.
Objective Charlie is ours.
I'm wounded. Medic.
Deadone really needs to get one of those revives before he gets overwhelmed. It's taken out near the med crate.
And my camera was on its side because I pulled out of somebody that was dead, and I had to go back in quickly and get that fixed up. And RN pushing the first players all the way back to the Charlie point. And unless first is able to get out on the flank somewhere, it looks like they might get spawn trapped by RN. But it looks like they are making a break for it. But Barba is there. But there goes some swimmers, and away they go, but it's going to take them quite a long time to swim all the way around to the point. Barba is there. taken down 2, now 3, and Fake Holly, however, is able to make it, and Barba does not know or hasn't realized yet that Fake Holly has made it past. But like I said, it's going to take quite a considerable amount of time for them to get to a position where they can drop or hop out of the water and move onto an objective. And for each second and a half a ticket is lost, that's one step closer for first being defeated on this map once again. Smartly decide to split off a 3 and 1 to send 3 to B, 1 to A. But it is going to be tough for them to come back from this 60-point deficit right now.
All of RN moving in a mob mentality. Head back to Bravo now.
They must be in panic mode, seeing that Alpha Bravo is going down.
Move! Move! Take the objective!
And RN pushing right back into Bravo and retrieving that one. But first is in the Alpha Charlie hold. But Fake Holly is the last one that is going to be quickly taken out by the mob that is RN.
Not even caring about who gets killed or downed. RN, no, they'll have the medics and squad mates to revive.
Just pushing
Anyone
in.
does. Yep.
And last chance to get back into Bravo has been stopped. So Alpha Bravo is going to be held by RN, and that is going to be the end of it for this league match of RN versus First. RN taking all 6 maps.
And for sure, it's it now.
Yes, that is the end of it. But want to say thank you very much all for coming out to this Dream League match, and we will see you next time.
Yep. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Got you on the flip side.
Everybody have a great night.